What's up? What's up? What's going on, people? And how you doing? It's me again, Mr. Caesar. And tonight, I want to say good evening. How y'all doing? Give yourself a round of applause. Uh, people. So tonight, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something personal. I want to share some of my personal experience with you because I listen to certain shows and I hear women's questions when it comes to men, and I think I just want to kind of help out in general. So I want to say that I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I hope that in whatever I'm sharing, if for some reason there's some confusion or some debate, it was just to bring some type of understanding. Alright, so I'm talking to somebody right now, and when I met this person when I broke up with somebody else. So I was nearing the end of a fairly old relationship because I had been talking to this person for a year. And in that year, this person, wow, I gotta work on that. So like I said, anyway, long story short, in that year, near the end of that year, the person I was talking to, it was a breakup to where we hadn't been apart long enough for me to consider it like actually over. I thought it was just one of those cooling off points. And so where I worked at, I had met this young lady through weed. Like I used to get bud for her, whatever, and shorty, she told me later on that she already had an eye on me. But anyway, so when I met her, I just, because of what I had went through in my past relationships and in the relationship that I was currently starting to back and forth with, I was kind of like to a point where I got to an age to where I was like, I'm not lying anymore. I didn't want to lie anymore. So I told her, one day I said, yo, you can use my number for more than just bud. She laughed. And later that week, she ended up calling me and we hooked up. Now, when we first hooked up, don't get me wrong, I guess she thought that I was just going to automatically just have sex with her. I mean, I wanted to have sex with her, but I'm kind of old school. I'm kind of like one of those dudes that I like to come get it. You know what I mean? I can't have no chick like basically like just leading with like, yo, I'm giving you what you want. And to me, it's like I do want to play a little bit of cat and mouse. So anyway, we hooked up, and when we hooked up the first time, we had sex, but it didn't just happen right away. So I had told her, I expected a little bit more from her because to me, I thought she was attractive enough to just like had dudes so pressed for it to where she felt like she could just make them wait. And to her, if you make a dude wait, he gonna leave. I didn't know that. Like, I knew that was a possibility, but I didn't know that. I thought that women that look good knew what it was, knew what they could do, and knew what they couldn't do, but more so what they could do, because they can get away with a lot of stuff. And I figured because when she was talking to me, she looked at it like she doing her thing. Because I feel like, can't any woman have me? I feel like I'm a certain type of dude that a woman look at me and be like, yo, he only talk to certain type of women, which is true. So it sets me aside from others. Now, how I go about it also makes me different as well. So with that being said, after we talked for a little bit, then I had to kind of like feel like a little bit comfortable now that I let her know who I was and how I was looking, what type of woman I was looking for. Basically, I kind of like put her in her place, but I ain't check. I just put her in her place like, yo, you ain't gotta do all that. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to get you anyway. So we had sex. And after we had sex, we chilled. That's what I was used to. Not just I'm here for sex. You give me the sex. Then, I hear about it. And it be from the pretty girls too. I be hearing about it like, yo, I'm like, a dude actually want to get you out the house. And as a dude, I know if you're trying to get a chick out the house, it's basically because you got to get back to your chick. And it's not for everybody, but a few times out of 10, I can't say what ratio it is. Let's say I know the dudes that I know, so. Anyway, my point is, I told her so much about the old relationship that I was just recently in. She tried to keep me afloat, like I was feeling bad, and she kind of felt like the rebound person, and she kind of said she was the rebound person. She said she didn't expect much, and I knew that she did, but I knew that she would have made it easy for me to deal with the absence of the young lady that I was currently doing the back and forth with. So she went along with it. And along the process, we started kicking it. I became very fond of her. But the thing about it was, like, hold up, give me 2 seconds. I got you. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm back. So what I was saying was, this is the catch. Like, when we decided we was going to kick it and she was riding with me through the whole thing, I just felt like, all right, I was still respectful. Shorty had a daughter, and I liked her because I felt like, for the most part, when I told her what I would like to have, things that have gone down the first time, and she wasn't like defensive and telling me I can't tell her, what type of guy she can have, because most girls, it's a defense mechanism. Like they feel like the guy's like rejecting them, but it's not a rejection. It's like, okay, I guess both parties expect more from the other person, but we started kicking it, and I would tell her like my fantasies. Like I made videos of me having sex with other girls, and she would watch it, and we would have sex to those videos. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because I was like, yo, to me, it was too good to be true. And I'm wondering like, yo, why is Shorty, what's the catch? Why is she doing all this? And she was saying something, but I just wasn't paying attention to because she was letting me have my way. And I went with it. And I knew that the catch was, I'll do all this to show you that I'm the one for you. And she don't have to say it. I just kind of knew it. I just knew it. And she knew that I was a nice guy and I wouldn't play this. If you know that I'm not going to break your heart, then you're going to give me your heart because you know I'm not going to break it. So we had an entanglement. And when things was going good, this is the crazy part. And I was honest. And she, like I told you, she would try to suggest things to make it work with the other person. She would say, just fall back a little bit. But why don't you tell her this? Or why don't you tell her that? And I'm figuring like, we leaving it open. And at one point, she said she felt guilty because she had something that she used to do on the side that when she had got with this person, she felt guilty for being with that person. And to me, when she said that, I knew it was serious because like, I'm not average. I'm still a gentleman. And she would say, I wear asshole clothes, but deep down, I'm a gentleman, So I took it for what it was. So my ex had came back into the mix. Now, I guess she could smell the fact that somebody else was getting my attention, which was really happening. And it wasn't because of the sex. It was because of, she just made it so comfortable to be around her and be myself. And then to a point to where I was conscious of the things that I wanted based on some of the things she told me in her past. I felt bad for wanting those things based on some of the things she went through, because we shared some personal things. And that's what made me feel more like in like a connection with her. And then, like I told you, I was making videos with other women. I was doing things. She would see me, like, she would see me talking to other women and tell me how to get them over to my house. And I would make a video with that person. And then she would, like, look at the video, get mad, and be aggressive with me. And it was like, it turned her on. But at the end of the day, she felt like it was temporal. Like, it was only the sex, it was only good for the sex, because that's the only thing we shared. And I was like, yo, if she would have looked at the things I did in between those moments we had sex, she saw that I did more for her than any time we spent in the bedroom. And then instead of getting mad, because the thing about it is, when that happens, it makes me feel discredited, like the things that I've done or still continue to do is overlooked because of something that, like, when it comes to the monogamy thing. And it's like, if that's going to happen, let that happen. But don't go out your way trying to make it speed up the process. If it's going, and some people try to speed up the process because they want you to, when you turn over that new leaf and you want to be like that, they want them to be standing right there, male or female. And I noticed that. And so, like, when the ex came back, she noticed the drastic change because my phone calls were short and few. I wasn't available no more. And, like, I knew I changed. And I was like, I used to wait for a moment to where me and my ex went, like, we would separate for a moment. Not that she go to the bathroom, when she would go home, so I can call, her back and, like, listen, and she would say, I know she's probably back in the mix. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know, why is you mad? But that was the dumb question to ask her, why she was mad. It's like, we both had what we wanted. It's just, she didn't have anybody on the side. So, like, my main chick became my side chick, and she became my main chick. And I say it like that because that's how I saw it. But it was unintentional. Somebody said, oh, how is it unintentional? Because so if my first girlfriend wasn't doing the back and forth, would there be room for the second girl? No. You probably would have met her under different circumstances. Who knows? But that's not what happened. You played your part by doing what you did, and then you left a gap, a window of opportunity for somebody else to come in. And at the same time, you was doing something. But when you came back, you was talking about what I was doing when you wasn't around. And it's like, dang, that's all you do is focus on what I was doing bad. So it came down to, like, what I'm gonna do. And I got tired of letting the situation decide for me. I said, I want to choose this situation. And all I can say is, our relationship has escalated. And you say, so y'all in a relationship? I mean, like, she know I still do me. And people are like, that's messed up. Like, how is that messed up? Because if she try to keep me to herself, that's a fight that she's gonna lose. If I try to keep her to myself, that's a fight that I'm gonna lose. And so my ex, we still chill. And to her, she just don't want to know nothing about it. Just her thing was, don't bring me nothing back. I'm like, And that's why our relationship is what it is. And if we're gonna be friends, and this is why I say friends, because if this quote unquote monogamous relationship we try to have, I'm so distracted by trying to keep you entertained and taking focus off myself and doing the things that I did that got your attention, trying to keep your attention. And it's like a role that you fall into unwillingly, but it just happens. Oh, now I'm her boyfriend, so I gotta be a good boyfriend. What happened to just being me? You know what I'm saying? Me, and now we just to this point to where, like, because I'll be honest with you, even if I told a woman that if we got married, I don't want to live with my wife because I don't want to see her every day. I don't want to get tired of her. I want her to come visit me. I want to go visit her. I want to sleep in her bed. I want to sleep in my bed. I want to cook her dinner at my house. And sometimes I want to come over her house and cook her dinner because I still want to feel like a partial stranger to her, because I don't want to know her so well to where there's no room for suspense. I don't want nobody that's predictable. And I don't want nobody trying to figure me out to where I'm predictable to them and then they keep saying I'm changing. Oh, you change. Shorty, I change every day. But I guess the next topic I'm going to talk about is whether, hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, my bad. I got to work on the timer on my camera. But anyway, I said the next topic I'm going to talk about is dating somebody with kids. There's a generation of single men out here and women with children that's going to expect these men or these young single men with no children to know how to be a step parent and co-parent, meaning be the helpmeet to the mother and the role model to the child, and vice versa with a woman who's never mothered any kids. She just had brothers and sisters, but her role was always just to, one role. She didn't have to change any diapers, stuff like that. But my goal right now, also to everybody that's listening to my content, if you like what I'm saying, leave a comment, because this is a live taping for me, but when you get it, it's pre-recorded. And my goal, because YouTube says I can't go live until I get 1K plus subscribers, and from there I gotta get verified, but I'm working the verified part out. But I need y'all to subscribe. If you wanna chime in live and call in and speak and say something to what I'm saying, like, help me get that 1K following on YouTube. If you like my reels, show me some love on YouTube. If you like my content on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm even on TikTok, like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. It's Mr. Caesar for Blog Talk, and I'm always be talking about something to you in my blog. Peace.